Everyone having a good time? This is really informative. Nick, brilliant. I just loved all that creativity stuff. It's needed. So I'm Mark Prince. I'm the founder and director of the Cayenne Prince Foundation. And basically, we change young people's behavior and attitudes by using motivational speaking and by using sports. Boxing being the main sport that we use, boot camp boxing. Okay, this lovely, handsome young man in the corner, his name is Cayenne Prince, 15 years old. He was such an awesome footballer that he was a top striker for the youth team for Queen's Park Rangers at 15, and they wanted him to play with the first team at 15 because he outgrew his age group, and they had a lot of prospects for him in the future, talked about him playing for England. We unfortunately are not going to be able to see that happen and him in the Premiership because of this knife crime epidemic that we're having. Cayenne was coming out of school one day and he saw a fight. Cayenne was very well known for his friendly, fun, break-up fights attitude. I even asked him one time to, please, son, try not to get involved. He's quite dangerous out there. Even though he can look after himself, he didn't have that nature in him to be aggressive. So he saw a fight, went to break it up about 100 yards from his school gate, and one of the guys pulled out a knife and stabbed him in his heart. So he died in front of all his friends outside school on that day. This guy, not half as good looking as him, he has come up and created a career for himself as a professional fighter, as you can see. This was me at 28 years old. This is me at 28. And I was able to put together 2 championship belts, became #1 in Britain as a light heavyweight, and retired in the year 2000 because I injured my knee. And I was at the top. I was the #1 in the top 10 in the world, #1 rated by the WBO, and I had the whole world at my feet. But I smashed my knee, and the consultant said that I couldn't fight at world-class level anymore, so I had to give up boxing. That was in the year 2000. By 2013, I decided not to listen to what the consultant says and trained myself for a year, got back in the ring. Everyone said I couldn't do it, I'm too old. And I won my next 4 fights and won another international belt to prove them wrong. So yeah, let's move on. Thank you. Okay, sadly, as I was checking, I think it was last night, and there's no time going. I was checking last night the stats. So sadly, after all this terrible knife crime that's going on, we see all the grief from the parents. I've been to Parliament, I've been Mayor's office, I've done so much, talked so much, heard so many promises being made, and we still see 14% rise in that crime at this time by 2016. Okay, that's a school I recently visited in Luton, and this was after I finished the talk. I finished the talk and tried to leave. They asked me to talk to 2 kids, just me and them. Next minute I knew there was 3, 4, 5, and that was the end number. And they ended up having another talk with me. So you can see that I think the real key to getting through to young people is empathy. You're able to empathize with them and understand where these kids are coming from and their mindset and the challenges they're facing currently in their environment. And I think what gives me that special skill is my background. I was homeless at 15. I got into drugs, got into crime, and was really leading the kind of life that everyone expects. You're going to prison, you're going to get killed, or it's just nothing bad, nothing good going to happen to you. that didn't happen because at 21, I just looked at myself and said, this was not what I dreamed of when I was a kid. This is not what my mum brought me up to be like. How can I get out of this situation? What can I do? And that began this crazy idea that I could get my body in shape to become a professional boxer. And that's what's helped me to be able to engage with the kids so well. So last but not least, we've got a meeting with the mayor this month sometime. So we've got the support of EduKit. I'm really grateful for what they're doing and everything. And we're going to go in and talk to the mayor and see if we can put something together, because we need to get into more schools. That is the issue that we have, getting into the schools. We need schools to understand that we need creativity, let the kids open up and engage with people that can really get into their hearts and their minds. And I think that's what we can do. So thank you for listening. Thank you, EduKit, for this spot.